we've got a really exciting show for you guys. We got lots of things to talk about. We're going to be talking about Uniswap, of course, right? Because, $2,000 per person. That's incredible, right? We got to talk about the Bitcoin's average transaction values for has returned to 2017 levels. That's out of this world, right? We're going to show you a chart of the average value of transactions is just, and we're at $10,000, right? It's incredible. We're going to be talking about Ethereum, right? How much they made because of the Uniswap thing that happened. Course, and then also quite a few other topics, right? How people have lost bitcoins and how much bitcoins are pretty much lost forever. Whoa, yes, and that's why I'm like, there's not many bitcoins out there, and there's decreasing value. We're going to talk about that in today's show. But before we do that, talk about all those topics. We're going to do TA, and before the TA, Inti's got a few words to say.
Yes. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market.
Oh boy, Bitcoin is tanking. Oh no. Oh boy, I should have saw that, man. Just when it failed here, that was it. We got, really, I don't know what I was thinking. We had a clear head and shoulders pattern here that even if you took this as a shoulders, that was it. We were going to break down from this point, from this candle body right down. And so what we could do is draw from here to that candle body and figure out how far this thing is going to go. Oops. And alrighty. Let me just go to the candle body right there. And go to that top. Let's do the bodies instead. Alrighty. Oh no, it's not going to do that because it's got the magnet on. Alrighty. And to this body, since we're going from body to body. And then see how far this thing could go. So we're talking 50% level, which is normal. So we could see it touched the 10,500 level before we see a bounce. I would not trade that as a bouncing level until we see some sort of divergence on the shorter time frames, if not the 4 hour. So I would probably expect us to probably retrace to the 61.8 because Bitcoin, it loves the 61.8. So that's the 10,300 level, and then we might see some sort of reaction. Don't be surprised if we do a Hail Mary trade. My Hail Mary trade was a 78.6. Get down to the 78.6 before we actually go higher. So we just have to wait and let the candlesticks play out and see what Bitcoin is going to do. So this AB equals CD is just not happening. Right? Hopefully we bounce out to 50%, but don't hold your breath. That would probably be the best. That would be the best thing for us to happen. Well, really, it'd be nice for us to bounce right at 38.2, which is at the 10,600 level. But it's going to be difficult for the price action to do that. Let's go down to the hourly. Well, we are slightly oversold, but I don't think there's enough. There's a nice dabble there a couple of hours ago. Too bad I wasn't up watching it every few minutes, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, we're quite oversold, but there's still room. Even though we're probably going to bounce here, and see, probably come back up to 13 AMA on the hourly before we roll over further. All right, let's go on to Ethereum and see what Ethereum is doing. Not too happy over at Ethereum there as well, and it's not a happy land over in Ethereum, but it's not so bad actually, not so bad at all. We can see that Ethereum is bouncing off the lower. Well, actually, where is it? Where are we? We're at the 350,000. Yeah, that's not a resistance level. So yeah, that's it. And let me take that off. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, it broke through the 371, broke through the 361, and well, at least it didn't create an M pattern. At least, right? So it has to it's probably just going to check this trend line here before it actually decides to go higher. So we're going to have to probably wait to see what Ethereum does. Let's go down to the lower time frame, like a 4 hour. Let's get rid of the VPVR. And you know what? I would like to see the colored coins as well. Mastered candles, colored candles. See how bad it is. Okay, so we haven't turned white hot yet, and that's a good sign, obviously. Let's see here. We're bouncing. Looks like we're gonna bounce off the tops of these candle bodies before we actually continue going lower. Can't really say until we go down to a lower time frame. So let's do that. Yeah, it already looks like it wants to bounce around here because yeah, we're totally oversold. We're outside the Bollinger Band way too far. It's most likely going to have to bounce back into the Bollinger Band, pretty much exactly like Bitcoin. So, and then we'll see what it does after it bounces up to the 13 EMA. So, possible more downside. All the way down to the trend line, which is let's see here, where would that take us? That would take us to the 345 level by the time it gets down here. So that's where Ethereum, we want to look for Ethereum a turnaround before we go long on Ethereum. With that said, let's get on to the news of the day. There's lots of things to talk about. But before I do, thank you everybody for purchasing the DJ15 token. Right, this whole room, this whole studio was made possible by this token, and I will be doing my best to reward the people who have purchased. Even though you actually did get rewarded quite significantly if you purchased a token. Let's just see, in August when I first had it, because once you started using Uniswap, if you used Uniswap, you actually got that bonus of 400 unis, and that was worth $2,000. So and some people actually put it back into my token. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Of course, we're having the sale of Pandora's wallet. So if you want to join V2, let me just put that in there. If you wanted to join, right, you can subscribe for 50% off and be part of the Telegram group where we do discussions and I do videos. I did a video last night with everybody. Got to preview the what's it called, this new studio ahead of time, and yeah, we got a lot of information. Everybody got a lot of information, a lot of enjoyment from that as well. So look to if you're interested in joining my Telegram group, just subscribe to Pandora's wallet. Okay, Uniswap. Let's talk about Uniswap. Right, did you know that the Ethereum miners earned a staggering 1 million per hour? as Uniswap delivered, everybody trying to claim their Uniswaps all at the same time, and man, that was incredible, right? Uniswap just everybody wanted those unicoins, and they were some people were dumping it, some people were holding it and just putting it in their wallets and stuff like that. It was an incredible time for miners. And I have to wonder. Let's see here. Where's the other point that I wanted to talk about? I can't seem to find it. There it is. Like $2,000. You know that because I was doing lots of testing on Uniswap and I had multiple wallets, I ended up with let's see here, about 2,000 Uniswaps, equating to almost $10,000 at this point. And I'm like, how is this possible? This is unbelievable. All this money just dropped in. That's. I was talking about how that's like 1/3 of the salary. I mean, one third of the $10,000 is like is so much money, right? I mean, I only pay myself 1/3 of that 10,000 as a salary, and it's like incredible. That's a lot of money just for like the average person. I mean, did you buy anything, Inti? Would you buy any tokens that I mentioned?
No, I missed it. He's been laughing like that since from Thursday.
Yes.
He was telling everybody, "Oh, did you got the Uniswap? Oh man, you should have done that. You lost like $2,000. You lost $3,000."
Yeah.
To all his friends, he was like that, including me.
We've mentioned in the videos, right? Lots of different tokens you could purchase with Uniswap, and so that would have been a free $2,000, right? Just by buying those tokens, right? I mean, yeah. Let me just bring up my Twitter, because on my Twitter page, I show off a little bit of the cash that was. I have videos on showing people how to buy stuff on Uniswap, and then you know what, I need to do a liquidity value. But you know what, I think Uniswap is going to be giving out another round, right, to people. So if you haven't gotten your stimulus check from Uniswap, you should definitely do some buying on Uniswap and learn how to use it, so that when they issue their next stimulus check, you're not left out, right? You're not left out. Like, Jesus, look at that. This is sick. I just can't believe it. Anyways, all right, let's get on to the Bitcoin news for today, right? But before we do, man, there's a lot of Bitcoin being lost, right? I mean, these guys lost 13 Bitcoins, right? I remember when they did that. They mined with the Butterfly Labs, and they just, lost the address. And that's it. Those 13 Bitcoins are gone forever. And even I have lost like 2 Bitcoins recently. In 2018, I went to pay for something, and, I lost them. And so the number of increasing people who have either hodled or lost a Bitcoin is at 7.4 million BTC. So either those people are hodling forever, or they've lost it, basically, is what Glassnode is saying. And I don't know. That's a lot of Bitcoin that's never moving, right? Whether either it's because of hodlers or because they've actually lost it. And yeah, those Bitcoins, they actually there's a caveat, right? Of course, right? Those Bitcoins, right, are basically bounties for anybody to hack Bitcoin. So if you want 7.4 million Bitcoin, try hacking that, and then you'll get the 7.5 million Bitcoins, and that's a lot of money. But the real charts that you want to, we've noticed is like we've noticed a lot of things that are going on in the Bitcoin world, right? We're noticing, hey, look, the what's it called, the difficulty, the mining difficulty, meaning more miners are joining in and mining Bitcoin. Meaning the network is that much secure, right? And then of course, the average transactions, right, are staying around 300,000 Bitcoin, 300,000 transactions per day. But the most incredible thing that I liked, that I'm like blown away, is that this chart, right? Over here you see we average probably around, for every transaction, the average all the transactions, 300,000 transactions that we have per day, we average around, $30,000, $40,000, $20,000 in money moved. That's the average. That means half of the people are moving over $20,000, and the other half are moving under $20,000. Now we're just averaging, we're staying above $100,000 on average wealth being moved in the Bitcoin network. So on an average day, half of those 300,000 people are moving over $100,000 in a single day. Think about that. You know that's not you and me, right? Doing that, right? You know who's doing that, right? It's the micro strategies companies that are finally going, yeah, I think we better get some of that because you know what? I just realized that I got like trillions of dollars on my balance sheet here, and I don't know how much that's going to be worth in the future since, this month the printer go brrr, right? And next month in October, the printer go brrr, October, and then November and December for a very long time. And the Fed has said, till 2023, we're going to go brrr. So, yeah, a lot of investors are starting to realize, a lot of big money investors starting to realize it's time to get in. And it doesn't matter that Bitcoin is bleeding out here. That bleed is your salvation. You got to hope that it bleeds even more, because next year I feel so confident about my $1.2 million call, man. I mean, I'm surprised if we don't. If the Fed decides to go to hyperinflate this thing to this year, I mean, those companies, they can't get into Bitcoin at that point. That would be one way to close the door on Bitcoin, is to hyperinflate the dollar right now. Then they wouldn't be able to get in because it's just too high, right? They'd have to look for other assets, right? So that would I would suggest, if you haven't got your Bitcoin yet, that you think about getting some right away. All right. With that said, if you are watching today's show live, right? This is the end of of our show for the actually people who are watching on the on my what's it called, my test my backup channel. So this is the end of the show for the people watching on the backup channel. For the live people, we're going to be going on to the question and answers period with Inti. Thank you for joining me on on my channel, Davinci J15, and the real Davinci J15 on Twitch. Cheers.
Bye.